Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and every one of you joining us across the globe. It is with a profound sense of shared purpose, deep gratitude, and genuine excitement that I stand before you virtually today. On behalf of the Asia Academy of Practical Theology, I extend the warmest possible welcome to all presenters, esteemed keynote speakers, dedicated participants, and engaged attendees of the Asian Practical Theology International Conference 2025. The very nature of our gathering today, online, spanning continents and time zones, speaks volumes about the interconnectedness of our world and the shared urgency of the issues we are here to address. Whether the sun is just rising for you, high in the afternoon sky, or setting into the evening, your presence signifies a remarkable commitment to this critical conversation. For those new to us, the Asia Academy of Practical Theology, established in 2018, is a vibrant movement dedicated to contextualizing practical theology across Asia. Our vision is to foster an Asian-wide movement, transforming nations towards caring, just communities, drawing on Asian wisdom and Christian faith. This conference embodies that vision, serving as a space for dialogue, inquiry, and collaboration. The conference theme, Uniting Us, that is, intersection of trauma and practical theology in Asia, carries profound weight. Trauma is a pervasive reality, stemming from violence, oppression, and disaster, shaping individuals and communities deeply. Asia bears a particularly complex burden of this ongoing trauma, yet it is also home to immense resilience and rich spiritual resources. Diverse traditions, including such as Buddhist, Christian, Islamic, indigenous, and more, offer unique, culturally embedded pathways for healing and resilience in the face of suffering. This brings us to the crucial role of practical theology. As a discipline concerned with the critical and reflective examination of faith practices in lived contexts, practical theology is uniquely positioned to engage the complex realities of trauma in Asia. Our task involves more than simply applying existing theories. It demands deep listening, critical analysis, theological discernment, constructive praxis, and self-reflection. It is precisely this holistic engagement, these demanding yet vital tasks of listening, analyzing, discerning, acting, and reflecting, that we anticipate seeing richly embodied in the sharings, presentations, and dynamic discussions unfolding throughout these 2 days of our conference. Well, the enthusiastic response to our call for papers underscores the timeliness and significance of this theme. We are truly honored to host 44 presentations from a remarkable spectrum of scholars and practitioners. Their geographical locations paint a vivid picture of the global reach and strong Asian focus of our conference. We have voices joining us from Hong Kong, South Korea, Japan, Taiwan, the Philippines, Indonesia, Myanmar, Singapore, Malaysia, India, Fiji, Papua New Guinea, the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Austria, Germany, Belgium, and more. This incredible diversity is not just geographical. It represents a wealth of cultural perspectives, historical contexts, lived experiences, and theological approaches. It promises a conversation that is simultaneously global in scope and deeply attuned to the specificities of Asian realities. Indeed, we are here collaboratively creating a space where cross-cultural learning and mutual enrichment can truly flourish. The papers to be presented these 2 days offer a compelling glimpse into the richness and depth of the discussions that await us. Analyzing these contributions reveals several key thematic currents we will explore. First, many papers are courageously grounded in specific Asian contexts and that form us. We will hear theological reflections on realities like the Philippine War on drugs and online sexual exploitation of children, Hong Kong social movements and pandemic aftermath, Myanmar's Burmanization, Korean division, the struggle for Naga autonomy, the Fukushima disaster, Dalit caste trauma in India, and somber kidnapped marriages. This commitment ensures our theology remains relevant and responsive to urgent human needs. A vital cluster tackles the critical intersection of trauma with gender, sexuality, and the body. Papers analyze intimate partner violence, the painful experiences of LGBTQ plus exclusion and spiritual abuse, sexual abuse narratives, and gendered harmful practices. These highlight power dynamics and vulnerability, often drawing on families and similar resources. We also confront the difficult truth that religious communities can be sites of trauma as well as healing. Discussions will cover spiritual abuse in various church contexts, phenomena like dechurching, and the dynamics of collective trauma from events and injustice shaping faith communities, sometimes rigidly, sometimes fostering resilience. Well, and as you will see, our papers showcase diverse methodological and theoretical tools. We have biblical hermeneutics, dialogues with theologians, critical theories like feminist, ecofeminist, postcolonial, decolonial, psychoanalytic, and empirical and arts-based research. This allows us to approach trauma from multiple angles. Crucially, many papers illuminate paths toward healing, resilience, and faithful resistance. Presentations explore modalities like Pentecostal and charismatic practices, arts-based therapies, lament, communal rituals, indigenous wisdom, interreligious dialogue, and spirituality. The theme of resistance against oppressive structures is strong, alongside the practical development of trauma-informed pastoral care and pedagogy. Finally, the experience of trauma in Asia compels a critical re-engagement with core theological concepts informed by Asian wisdom. This re-engagement encompasses themes from theodicy and divine suffering and impassibility to Christology, pneumatology, ecclesiology, and eschatology. These diverse inquiries demonstrate the depth and breadth of our collective work at this vital intersection. Well, to help us navigate this rich and challenging terrain, we are exceptionally fortunate to have two distinguished keynote speakers whose work speaks directly to the heart of our conference theme. Dr. Karen O'Donnell, as a leading international scholar from Westcott House, Cambridge, known for her groundbreaking work in trauma theology, will share her vital insights on theologies and practices of post-traumatic remaking. Professor Sonia Wong from our co-organizing institution, Chinese University of Hong Kong, brings expertise in post-colonial psychoanalytic approaches to the Hebrew Bible. Her address, titled An Asian Reflection on Trauma Narratives in the Hebrew Bible, promises to offer crucial perspectives on interpreting Asian texts of trauma through contemporary Asian lenses. The contributions will undoubtedly provide invaluable frameworks and catalysts for our discussions. Well, as we embark on these next 2 days, our aspirations extend beyond the mere exchange of academic papers. We hope this conference will be a generative space characterized by attentive listening, critical humility, constructive engagement, collaborative spirit, and renewed vocation. Once again, I must express our profound gratitude. This gratitude extends to our co-organizer, the Divinity School of Chung Chi College, Chinese University of Hong Kong, where I also serve as a professor in practical theology. We also extend our sincere thanks to our generous sponsor, the NASA Mi Elim Foundation. Your support is deeply appreciated and makes a tangible difference. Our thanks go to the members of the conference organizing committee, particularly our tireless secretary, Ms. Morvis Chen. To our presenters, thank you. Thank you for your willingness to share your intellectual labor, your research findings, and your pastoral insights. You are the heart of this conference program. And finally, to all attendees, thank you for investing your time and attention. Your presence and engagement are essential for the success of this dialogue. It is with great anticipation for the learning, connections, and insights that will unfold over the next 2 days that I now formally declare the Asia Academy of Practical Theology International Conference 2025 officially open. May our time together be enriching, challenging, and ultimately hope-filled. Thank you.